a bone. It is normal for the emotional body to hurt because we are alive, because we are surrounded by predators, and we are predators also. But there's no one to blame. It's just the way it is. If we blame, it is our emotional poison that makes us blame. Instead of blaming, we can take responsibility for our own healing. If you are waiting for someone to come and save you, well, you have to save yourself. You are your own savior. But there are teachers who give you tools to help you recover awareness and win your personal war. There are artists who can show you how to create a masterpiece of heaven with your art. Let us say that you are a good artist, but then a master artist comes along and says, I like you. I want you to be my apprentice. Come, I'll teach you. The first and most important tool for you to become a master artist is be impeccable with your word. It is something so simple. You write your own story and you don't want to write the story against yourself. Second, don't take anything personally. That will help you a lot. Most of the drama goes away if you just agree with that. Third, don't make assumptions. Don't create your own hell. Stop believing in superstitions and lies. And fourth, always do your best. Take action. Practice makes the master. Very simple. Then the moment comes when you start to see your whole creation from another point of view. You start to realize that you are the artistic creator of your life. You are the one who creates the canvas, the paintbrush, and the art. You are the one who gives meaning to every stroke on the canvas of your life. Okay, 1 second. You're the one who invests all your faith in your heart. You are the one who gives meaning to every stroke on the canvas of your life. You are the one who invests all your faith in your art. And you say, the story I am creating is beautiful, but I don't believe it anymore. I don't believe my story or anybody else's story. I can see that it is just art. Great. That is the fifth agreement. Come back to common sense and to the truth, to the real you. Be skeptical, but learn to listen. In the dream of the second attention, you need tools to win the war and change your world. And that is what these agreements are all about. There are tools for transforming your dream, for mastering your dream, and it is up to you what you do with these tools. These five simple agreements have the power to plant a seed of doubt in all those limiting, fear based agreements you made your whole life. I repeat, these five simple agreements have the power to plant a seed of doubt in all those limiting, fear based agreements you made your whole life. The only chance you have to unlearn the lies in your knowledge is by the use of the attention. You use the attention to put your first dream together, and you use the attention to unlearn that dream. The fourth agreement are the tools for using your attention a second time to create your personal heaven. And the fifth agreement is the tool to win the war. Can you scroll down, Mansi? To win the war against the tyranny of the symbols. The four agreements are the tools for your personal transformation. And the fifth agreement is the end of the personal transformation and the beginning of giving yourself the greatest gift that you can give yourself, the gift of doubt. We have said that it was doubt that made us fall out of paradise. Well, coming back to paradise is once again about doubt. Doubt is a tool we use to recover our faith, to take our power back from every lie and superstition we believe in and return that power to ourselves. Of course, we can also use the power of doubt against ourselves by doubting ourselves. But we can use the power of doubt against ourselves by doubting ourselves.
So I think he just went out, maybe the network issue or something. I okay. Uh, I don't know what's happening. So anyone else wants to continue since Manishji is out, maybe disconnected. Anyone else would like to continue? I don't know why there is such a problem today. Manishji, what happened? You just got disconnected or something? Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah. Mansis, my screen, I don't know, the screen I was reading that went off. So I just logged in again. Maybe some network, I
No,
don't know.
yeah, you also went off. Like you were out of the room for a while, for like 2 seconds or minutes.
No, no, what happened
Yeah,
is it
go
was
on, go on.
showing, the screen was showing low battery. So I don't know what happened. Maybe, so anyway, I logged in back. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it
Okay.
showed low battery because my device has low battery. That's not a problem. You go on, go on.
But it happened to me, I don't know, like rarely. So that's okay. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. Where were you?
Yeah,
You can start from we have said if you want
yeah, okay. Yeah.
the first para.
We have said that it was doubt that made us fall out of paradise. Well, coming back to paradise is once again about doubt. Doubt is a tool we use to recover our faith, to take our power back from every lie and superstition we believe in, and return that power to ourselves. Of course, we can also use the power of doubt against ourselves by doubting ourselves. By doubting the power of doubt against ourselves, by doubting ourselves, by doubting the truth. In the story of Adam and Eve, when we doubt that we are God, that doubt opens the door to another doubt, and then another and another. When we doubt the truth, we start to believe in lies. Soon we believe in so many lies that we no longer see the truth, and we fall from the dream of heaven. Doubt is a great creation we made for going into hell or getting out of hell. Either way, doubt opens the door to be possessed by symbols or doubt closes the door to stop the possession. If we doubt ourselves, if we doubt the truth, the whole tree of knowledge, all the mythology that controlled our attention, our entire lives starts coming back to us. The voice of knowledge starts possessing us again. And we begin to feel the anger, the jealousy, the injustice that comes with all the symbols, with all the assumptions, with all that thinking. Then instead of doubting yourself, have faith in yourself. Instead of doubting the truth, doubt the lies. Be skeptical, but learn to listen. The fifth agreement opens the door to heaven, and the rest is up to you. This agreement is about being in heaven and heaven being in you. It is about letting go of your attachment to symbols, even your own name, and merging with the infinite to become authentic, to believe in yourself without a doubt. Because even a little doubt can end the experience of heaven. When you have faith in yourself, you follow every instinct that you are born with. You have no doubt about what you are, and you return to common sense. You have all the power of your authenticity. You trust yourself. You trust life. You trust that everything is going to be just fine, and life becomes extremely easy. The mind no longer needs to understand everything. It does not need to know. You know something or you don't know it, but you don't have any doubt if you know or not. If you don't know, you accept that you don't know. You're not going to make it up. When you are completely authentic, you speak the truth to yourself without any doubt. I like it, I don't like it. I want it, I don't want it. You don't have to do what you don't like to do. You enjoy your life doing exactly what you like to do. We make life difficult when we try to sacrifice ourselves for somebody else. Surely you are not here to sacrifice yourself for anybody. You are not here to satisfy other people's opinions or points of view. In the dream of the second attention, one of the most challenges is the fear of being yourself, your real self. If you have the courage to face this challenge, you find out that all the reasons you were afraid don't even exist. I repeat, in the second attention, one of the first challenges is the fear of being yourself, your real self. If you have the courage to face this challenge, you find out that all the reasons you were afraid don't even exist. Then you find out that it is much easier to be yourself than to try to be what you are not. The whole dream of hell makes you tired because it takes energy to uphold an image, to wear a social mask. You are tired of faking it. You are tired of not being you. Just being authentic is the best thing you can do. When you're authentic, you can do whatever you want to do. You can believe whatever you want to believe, and that includes believing in yourself. How difficult can it be to have faith in yourself, to believe in you instead of believing in symbols? You can put your faith in scientific theories, in so many religions, opinions, and points of view, but this is not real faith. Faith in yourself is the real faith. Real faith is to trust yourself unconditionally because you know what you really are, and what you really are is the truth. Once you recover awareness of what you are, the war in your head is over. It is obvious that you are the one who creates all the symbols. And because it is obvious where the power of your word comes from, your word has power, and nothing else can stop the power of your word. Your word becomes impeccable, and it is impeccable because you have power over the symbols instead of the symbols having power over you. Once you once your word is impeccable, you base every choice of your life on the truth, and you win the war against a tyrant. The words are there, ready to be used at your command, but the words only have meaning when you use them to communicate, to have a direct connection with someone. After you stop using the words, they have no meaning again. By the end of the dream of second attention, the human form starts to break, the human form starts to break apart, and your reality changes once again. It changes because you no longer perceive the world through a rigid structure of beliefs. The war is over because your faith is not invested in lies. Even though lies still exist, you no longer believe. As you know, the truth just is. You don't have to believe the truth. You don't believe anything anymore. But you can see, and what you can see is the truth. The truth is right here. It is unique and it is perfect. Maybe not the way you interpret it. Maybe not the way you use the word to gossip about yourself or to gossip about other people. But once you see the truth, who cares what other people are dreaming? It is not important what other people around you are dreaming. What is important is your own experience to use all the tools. You have to face what you believe, to see the truth, to win your personal war. You don't need to compete with anybody. You don't need to compare yourself with anybody. You just need to be what you are, to be love, but real love, not the kind of love that possesses you and makes you believe in love, not the love that makes you become jealous and possessive of others and puts you directly in hell with all the tortures and punishments of hell. Not the love that makes you sacrifice in the name of love or makes you hurt yourself and hurt others in the name of love. The symbol of love has become so distorted. Real love is what you are born with. Real love is what you are. You are born with everything you need to make it. If you face your fears today, tomorrow you will see the dream of second attention, the world of the world of the warriors. But just because you win against fear today, it does not mean that you have won the war. No, the war is not over. The war has just begun. You are still judging. You still have all those issues. You think it is done, and boom, your sorry, your tyrant is back. Oh yes, again and again and again. And it is not just the tyrant in you; it is the tyrant in everybody around you. And there are some that are worse than others. But even if you have been at war for many years, at least you can defend yourself. As a warrior, you may win the war or you may lose the war. But once you have awareness, you are no longer a victim. You are at war, and that is where the majority of the people are right now. Until the war is over. In the dream of the second attention, you begin to create your personal heaven on earth. You begin to put your faith in agreements that support your life, that support life, that add to your joy, to your happiness, to your freedom. But this is just one step of your evolution. There is much more than that. The moment is coming when you master awareness, which means you master the truth. And by the way, you also master transformation. You master love, intent, or faith. Because by that time you believe in yourself. The result of this transformation is the creation of another reality that has the same frame as the first two dreams. But in this other reality, you no longer believe what you need to believe, what you used to believe. You no longer believe the lies that you learned. You don't even believe the words that you learned. You have no doubt about what you experience, about what you are. The next dream, the dream of the third attention, is not that far away. But first, you have to win the war in your head, and now you have the tools to do it. Do it. Then why not do it? Take the action. but don't try anymore. If you try, you will die trying. And I can assure you that millions of warriors have died trying. There are very few warriors who ever win the war that is happening in the human mind. But those who win the war by using their attention a second time recreate their entire world. Yeah, Pranavi, you can read. Yeah, go on. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
The dream of the third attention, the masters. The dream of the second attention ends when something very important happen in our lives. Just a moment. Yeah, when something very important happen in our lives, something called the last judgment. This is the very last time we judge either ourselves or anybody else. It's the day we accept ourselves just the way we are, and we accept everybody else just the way they are. When the day of our last judgment comes, the war in our head is over, and dream of the third attention begins. And it will be the end of our world, but also the beginning of our world, because we are no longer in the dream of warriors. We are in the upper world, or what I call the dream of masters. The masters are former warriors. They have won their personal war and they are at peace. The dream of the masters is a dream of truth, a dream of respect, a dream full of love and joy. It's the playground of life. It's what we are meant to live. And only awareness can take us to that place. Many religions talk about the last judgment as if it's a punishment for sinners. They describe it as the day when God comes and judges us and destroys all the sinners. This is not true. The Last Judgment is a card in the Tarot, which is an ancient mythology from Egypt. When the mystery schools talk about the Last Judgment, we can hardly wait for that day because it's the day when the dead come out of their grave, which means we resurrect. It's the day when we recover awareness and awaken from the dream of the underworld. It's the day when we are no longer afraid to be alive again. This is when we come back to our real state, our divine selves, where we feel a communion of love with everything in existence. The resurrection is a wonderful concept from mystery schools all around the world. Once you have the awareness that almost everything you learned through symbols is not the truth, the only thing left is just to enjoy life, and that's the resurrection. When you give meaning to everything through symbols, your attention is dispersed on many things at once. When you take away the meaning from everything, you are in communion and you become the whole thing to yourself. You become the only living being that exists. There is no difference between you and any star in the sky or you and any rock in the desert. Everything in existence is part of the only living being in existence. When you experience this truth, even for a moment, the whole structure of your belief system disappears and you are in that wonderful dream of heaven. Today can be a day just like every other day, or today can be a day of celebration, the day of your resurrection, the day that you change your world by coming back to life. It can be the day for the real you to come out of that grave of believing that you are what you think you are and become what you really are. In the dream of the third attention, you finally have awareness of what you are, but not with words. And because there are no words to explain what you are, you go back into peace, the place where you don't need to use words to know what you are. This is what the masters in the esoteric philosophies would reveal to their apprentices. The highest point you can reach is when you go beyond symbols and become one with life, with God. Ancient religions claim that nobody can say the name of God, and it's absolutely true because there is no symbol to describe God. The only way to know God is to be God. When you become God, you say, "Oh, That's why I couldn't learn the symbol. The truth is that we don't know the name of the one who created us. The word God is just a symbol that represents what really exists. And I resist this word because it's a symbol that has become so distorted. If we use symbols to describe God, we need to we need to agree on the meaning of symbols, and then what point of view are we using? There are billions of different points of view. As an artist, I do my best to paint God with words, and it's the only thing I can offer, a picture of God from my personal point of view. Whatever I say, of course, is just a story. That's only the truth for me. And maybe this will make sense to you, and maybe it won't. But at least you will have an idea of my personal point of view. The dream of the masters is a little difficult to explain because the real teaching is not with words, it's with the presence. If you could feel the presence of a master, you would learn much more than you can from the words. Words cannot express even a tiny bit of the experience. But if you use your imagination, words can take you to the place where you can have the experience for yourself. And this is my intention right now, for you to expand your awareness to the point where you can perceive what you really are, where you can feel what you really are. Instead of using words, perhaps a better way is to put you face to face with God so you can see God. And if I show you God face to face, what you're going to see is yourself. Believe it or don't believe it, but you will see yourself because you are the manifestation of God. And if you could see what's moving your body, then you could see the real God. Look at your own hand, move your fingers. The force that moves your fingers is what the Toltec call intent, or what I call life, the infinite, or God. Intent is the only living being that exists, and it's that force that is moving everything. You're not the fingers, you are the force that is moving them. The fingers obey you. You can give whatever explanation you want. Oh, my brain, my nerves. But if you go for the truth, the force that moves your fingers is the same force that makes you dream. It's the same force that opens a flower, or moves the wind, or creates a tornado, or makes the stars move throughout the universe, or makes electrons to move around the atoms. There is only one living being, and you are that being. You are that force that manifests itself in infinite ways throughout all the universe. The first manifestation of that force is light or energy, which is the same thing, and everything is created through this energy. Scientists know that everything is made of energy, and since there is only one force in the universe that creates this energy, at this point, science and religion come together, and we can understand that we are God because we are light. This is what we are. That is what everything is, in billions and billions of different frequencies or manifestations of light. And together, all the different frequencies create only one light. Intent is the force that creates the light. And we can say that light is a messenger of intent because it carries the message of life that goes everywhere. Light has all the information to create everything in existence, including any kind of life: humans, monkeys, dogs, trees, anything. All species of life on planet Earth are created from a specific ray. The DNA itself may be minimal, but in the manifestation, it could be the difference between a human and a monkey, or a
No,
human.
sorry, I think you missed one line.
Yeah. The second line. Can you read it again? Canary?
Okay,
All
just a moment.
species, all species.
All
Yeah.
species of life on planet Earth are created from a specific ray or frequency of light that scientists call DNA. And the difference between the DNA itself may be minimal, but in the manifestation, it could be the difference between a human and a monkey, or a human and a jaguar, or a human and a tree. Light has many properties. It's alive, it's a living being, and it's extremely intelligent. It's creating all of the time, it's transforming all of the time, and it cannot be destroyed. Light is everywhere, and everything is full of light, but we cannot see light unless it's reflected by matter. If we send an object into space from planet Earth, we see the object because it is reflecting light. There are no empty spaces between the stars, between the galaxies, between all the universes, which means all the universes are connected. You are a whole universe. The Earth is another universe. The Sun and all the planets around the Sun are another universe. All the solar systems together create another universe, and we keep going and going until we see only one living being made by billions and billions of different living beings. Every living being is protected by the force we call soul. The soul is the force that puts an entire universe together and recognizes the totality of that being. The soul makes matter impenetrable, which means it creates what looks like a division between beings. The soul gives shapes to everything. Without this force, there would be no difference between you and a flower or a fish or a bird. Your soul was born at the moment of your conception, and it recognizes every element of itself, every molecule, every cell, every organ of your being. Your soul recognizes everything that belongs to your universe, and it rejects everything that doesn't belong to it. In the dream of the third attention, you're aware that your body is a whole universe made by billions of living beings, made by atoms, made by molecules, made by cells, made by tissues, made by organs, made by systems, until the whole universe is one. And from the point of view of the mind, it looks like there is only one point of view, the one behind your eyes. But if you go deep into awareness, you find that every atom in your body has a personal point of view because every atom is alive. Every atom is an entire universe. It's nothing but a miniature solar system with stars and planets. What every universe has in common is that each one of them is alive with the total power of the infinite. You, that force, are alive. You are total power. You are truth. You are real. Everything else, including everything you know through symbols, is not truth. It's not real. It's an illusion. And it's beautiful. Light is not just intelligent, it has memory. It creates an image of itself. It creates a whole world of illusion that becomes your mind, the way you dream. Your dreams are not matter, they are reflections of matter. And that reflection exists in the matter that we call the brain. The brain is nothing but a mirror. As we said before, if you look inside a mirror, you're seeing your own mind, your own dream. The first time you open your eyes, you start to perceive light, and light becomes your teacher. Light projects information into your eyes that you don't understand, but you were made to perceive light, to become one with light, because light is your other half. And because you're light, you're always creating and always transforming and always evolving. Light goes directly into your brain and rearranges your brain in order to modify you, virtual reality, to make you a better reflection of itself. When light is modifying your brain, the brain by itself is modifying God's factory, the DNA, for the next possible human being that can come from you. And just as your body has many different organs, brain, heart, lungs, liver, stomach, skin, that all together create you, or totality. Every organ in your body is made by different kinds of cells that create that organ. Do the cells know that together all of the cells are only one living being, which means you? Do we humans know that together all of the humans are only living being, which means humanity? You are surrounded by billions of humans. Just like you, they were programmed to be human. Male or female, you recognize them. You know they are humans like you know? But perhaps what you don't know is that we humans are an organ of the beautiful planet Earth. Planet Earth is alive, it's a living being, and the entire humanity works for the planet as an organ of that living being. The forests are another organ, the atmosphere is another organ, every species is another organ, and we all work together to create an equilibrium. That is the metabolism of planet Earth. All of humanity is only one living being, and there is a no longer theory. We humans live together. We have the same kind of body. We have the same kind of mind. We have the same needs. We create all those symbols to understand one another. Male or female, victims, warriors, or masters. We are all the same. No human is better or worse than any other human. No human is better or worse than anything that exists throughout the universe. At the deepest level of our being, there is no difference between a human and a dog, or a human and a flea, or a fly or a flower. We are the same. We come from the same place. And it doesn't matter where our story comes from. It doesn't matter if we are a Christian, a Buddhist, a Muslim, or a Hindu. We come from the same place and we are going back to the same place. The infinite creates everything in existence, and when the cycle is over, everything returns to the infinite. Of course, the body dies because the body is mortal, but you, the force, are immortal. In that force where the mind lives, the only thing that dies are the lies. In ancient Egypt, it was said, if your heart is lighter than a feather, when you die, then welcome to heaven. If your heart is heavier than a feather, you're not going to heaven. Lies cannot go back into power, but the truth returns to power because the truth is the reflection of power. It's the reflection of the infinite. The question becomes, how heavy are your lies? Is your heart burdened with anger, fear, guilt, regret? In the dream of third attention, the truth has already destroyed all the lies, and the only thing that survives is the truth, which means the real you. You are that force. You are life, which is truth. And from that point, your dream becomes heaven. Your dream becomes a beautiful masterpiece of art, a beautiful masterpiece of love. This leads you to the third mastery of Toltec, the mastery of love, or we can also call it the mastery of intent or faith. I prefer to call it the mastery of faith because it's a mastery for you to trust in yourself, which means realizing the power that you have, the power of intent, the power of life, the power of belief, the power of faith, the power of love. They are all the same power, of course. They are total power. In the moment when you master faith, you live your life in love because love is what you are and it's wonderful. In that moment, you completely accept your body, your emotions, your life, your story. You respect yourself. You respect all the artists, all your brothers and sisters. You respect all the creation. You love yourself unconditionally, and you're not afraid to express your love, to say, I love you to others. When you master faith, when you live your life in love, you see your own love being reflected in every secondary character of your story, and you love every secondary character of your story unconditionally, just as you love yourself. This changes your relationship with the rest of humans. It makes you completely impersonal. You don't need reasons to love someone or not to love someone. You don't even choose to love, because to love is your nature. Love is coming out of you like the light from the sun. All of your nature is coming out of you just as it is, without expectations. And your love has nothing to do with words in your head. There are no stories. It's an experience that we call communion, which means to have the same frequency, the same vibration as a love. This is how you used to be before you learn to speak, because you have evolved from the whole deep hell of dream of the first attention into a better dream, the dream of the second attention, until you dream the dream of the third attention, where you know that everything you're seeing, everything you're dreaming is a virtual reality made by light. For thousands of years, people have known that there are three worlds that exist within every human. In almost every philosophy and mythology, we find that people have divided everything into three worlds, but they have called them by different names and have used different symbols to describe them. As we have seen in the artist tradition, which means a Toltec, these three words are known as the dream of the first attention, the dream of the second attention, and the dream of the third attention. In Greece and Egypt, they were known as the underworld, the world, and the upper world. In the Christian tradition, they are known as hell, purgatory, and paradise. The concept of the world that we have today, in many ways, different than what people understood thousands of years ago. For them, the world was not the planet. The world was everything that we can perceive, everything that we know. That is why it was said that every head is a world, because each of us creates an entire world in our head and we live in that world. The majority of humans live in the dream of the first attention, the underworld. Another large part of humanity lives in the dream of second attention, the world of warriors. And it's because of this dream that humanity is going in the right direction and evolving the way it is. We usually believe that upper world is all about goodness and the underworld is all about fear and evil. But that's not exactly true. All three worlds exist within every human. We carry the underworld within us, just as we carry the upper world within us. In the underworld, a whole infinity exists, and in the upper world, there also exists a whole infinity, and both meet in the world, which is where we live. The way to the underworld becomes a choice, just as the way to upper world becomes a choice. In the dream of the masters, we are aware that to make a choice is to have a power in our hands. We control our whole dream by making choices. Every choice has consequences, and a dream master is aware of the consequences. Making a choice can open many doors and close many other doors. Not making a choice is also a choice that we can make. By making choices, we can master the art of dreaming and create the most beautiful life. Anybody can be a great dream artist, but the mastery comes when we have complete control over our dream, which means we recover control of our own attention. When we master the attention, we really master the intent, which means we have complete control over our choices. The dream of our life is going to go wherever we want to make it. In the ordinary dreams of the humans, the belief system controls attention. And
Pranay, just a minute. Just a minute. We'll just check how much is left
yeah,
because we are over time. Okay, we'll finish this and extend so that we are in the flow. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. I think that's fine, right? Because we will understand it better if we go it in the flow, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry for
In
disturbing
the
you.
That's okay. In the dream of the attention was the starting of the
Yeah.
yeah, got it.
In
Yeah,
the ordinary zone, yeah.
yeah. In the ordinary dreams of humans, the belief system controls the attention. And because our personal power, our will is weak, anyone can hook our attention and insert an opinion in our mind. The will or intent is the force that can move what exists or change the direction of what exists. The will is what holds the attention and moves the attention. Once we have enough power that we can use our will, we gain control of the attention. Then we can finally gain control of our beliefs and win the war for the control of our dream. In the dream of the third attention, we are not putting our attention of life. We are life. We are the force. We are intent, and intent controls attention. The dream of the third attention is the dream of pure intent. We become aware that we are life, not just as a concept, but as an action, as a complete awareness. Now we can see with eyes of the truth, and this is completely a different point of view. The first time you learn how to dream, your belief system creates millions of little barriers to the truth. When the structure of your belief system is no longer there, you take away the barriers and you no longer see only one point of view. There are many point of views that you can see at the same time. You see yourself not just from the point of view of a human, but from the point of view of a force. You see yourself not just as a force, but as the manifestation of that force. You know that you are a light, that you are just an image in the light, and you use your attention to witness the dream from the point of view of light. You no longer see everything outside of you as if it's a separate from you. You feel the totality of yourself in everything. You feel yourself as the only living being that exists, and you don't just feel, you know it. As we said before, you understand what you are, but not with words. You don't need symbols. If you use symbols to understand what you are, you can get lost in the symbols while trying to understand yourself. You call yourself a human, and perhaps you identify with that symbol. But in China, you're not a human. In Spain, you're not a human. In Germany, you're not a human. Human is just one symbol. And what is the meaning of that symbol? You could write an entire book and use thousands of symbols to describe the meaning of human, and still you would leave something out. And it's just one symbol. Using symbols to understand what you are is nothing but nonsense. Whatever you think you are will never be the truth because symbols are not the truth. If you say to cat, "Hey you dog," it won't care. It won't answer back. If you say to a person, "Hey you dog," that person will surely respond, "I am not a dog." Some people may be offended and others may laugh. It will be tragic for some and comic for others because we are dealing with different points of views. Do animals need to know the symbol of for what they are? Well, they don't know and they don't care. They just are. They don't need symbols to justify their existence. If someone asks me what I am, I can say I am a human being. I am a man. I am made out of energy. I am made out of matter. I am a father. I am a doctor. I can use symbols to identify what I am, to justify what I am, to try to understand myself. But the symbols don't mean anything really. The truth is, I don't know what I am. The only thing I know is that I am. I am alive, and you can touch me. I'm dreaming, and I'm aware that I'm dreaming. Aside from that, nothing else is important because everything else is just a story. Symbols will never tell me what I am or where I can come from, and it's not important because I'm going back there anyway. That's why one of my biggest heroes is the cartoon character Poppy the Sailor Man, who says, I am what I am, and that's all that I am. That's wisdom. That's complete acceptance, which means complete. Oh, the lines are.
Okay. I just, I don't know, like the screen went off, the battery was low. Okay, so by default, it asks us to stop here then. We'll read that again tomorrow.
Okay.
Sorry for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can share from other device, but I think let's stop because it's 7:56 already, na?
Yeah, I'm
We'll
just
read
trying to remind you, Mansi, like we are near that sailor person who is telling that I am what I am and I am. That's the wisdom. So that was the
yeah,
last
and we
line.
had, yeah, and we stopped there.
Yeah. No, I'm just reminding you because I would be present anyhow tomorrow, but then by any chance, if I would get skipped, I'm just
No,
reminding
no,
you.
no, that's not a problem. I'll remember.
Yeah.
But I was just looking at it from that perspective. Like that is what we need to reflect on and go back to today with.
Yeah.
Like it's like that's where it stopped, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. Then we normally, like for Viren, I'm just Viren and Satiji. I don't know, Satiji, if you're there and you know about it, but I'm just sharing it again. So basically, we just read from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock is the time we come together. And currently, we are reading this book, The Fifth Agreement. We already read the fourth agreement, and now we are continuing with its sequel, The Fifth Agreement, because we really like the fourth agreement a lot, all of us. So we collectively decided to go ahead with the next book in line. And in this, the format that we follow is we read from 7 to 7:40. And from 7:40 to 8 o'clock, we discuss on whatever we have read together. And we open up, we share our insights, takeaways, whatever. It's like a open discussion restricted to the time, and that's how we follow the structure. So yeah, now we are a little late today because we went with the flow of the reading, and that took us a little longer to read today because I felt like it was in a flow and breaking it. I don't know. I was not like somehow wanting to go with the reading. So yeah, but yeah, we can open up and we can share our insights or whatever that got our attention or our understanding or realization or takeaways from today's reading, and we'll continue with the remaining tomorrow, whatever we are left with and further. So yeah, please feel free to unmute yourself and speak whoever and whatever you would like to share or talk about. Please go on. Yeah, Maniji and Pranavi, you read, so definitely you would want to add something. Please do, and please feel free. Everyone, yeah. Who's going first? Anyone who would like to share something?
I
Yeah,
need some
Maniji.
time, Mansi, maybe it's 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, sure,
No,
sure. No, take your time. Yeah. Let's say it's just five, six of us. So let's share one by one so we all like can assimilate on that. Yeah, Manish ji. And let's
yeah, it
keep
was.
it short today because we are out of time today, so we won't go extending beyond 8:10 as such. Max will close by 8:10. Yeah, go on, Manish ji.
Yeah. So it was a deep reading today, and based on different examples and different annotation and different examples, the author is trying to say that every human being is a universe in itself, and through examples of like light and energy and so many things that we are basically see actually one like sun gives so much through its light. It gives so much energy to the universe. Okay, and every human being through that reflection of light and through that source of energy and light uh, like every human being is created like it is made of cell atoms and so many things like that. So the energy that we see outside in the cosmic world, the moon, planet, and everything that is keeping it in motion, we have that same energy inside us. We have that same cell energy, the energy inside our cell, how we are made of. So we have so much richness of energy, see, whatever richness we have in universe in the form of energy, right? In the form of light and energy and frequency. The same richness lies inside our atoms. And that is all, and how we perceive the world through the belief and through this feelings of our own existence. We are creating our own DNA. You know, like uh, like the author is basically trying to explain that we don't need to create those symbols and other things to, so that is only making us deviate from our own true nature, our true existence, right? So we need to know our own existence, that we are like every human is part of that same cosmic energy, like the energy of the universe. Our source of creation is same as the source of the universe, right? So with those awareness, we can have so much deep faith in ourselves that accept we should accept ourselves as what we are, and we should love ourselves unconditionally and everything outside us, because through those feelings of love, acceptance, and richness in ourselves, we can create we can we can create that confidence in our intention, that whatever we are trying to do, we can have full faith in ourselves without any doubt, and we can live to our intention. Just like every organ has an intention to perform its duty, like our lungs and heart and everything inside us, they're doing their through their intention, they're doing their own work without any second thought, right? Our subconscious mind is working 24 hours a day and things like that. So look, like that, if those organs are they can perform the same way every day with that intention, and they carry the same energy inside us, that is the energy of the universe, right? So same way, whatever we as a human being, like we should accept ourselves as the way we are unconditionally, and everything outside us, and with a feeling of love and faith. And we should live to our intention on a daily basis without any doubt or any fear, like what the author says, underworld and things like that, you know so see, the feelings of this fear and other things, they are only making us more aware of, we can always shift our intention to our desired reality, living a life of as the author says that our heart should be so light like a feather. We should never keep anything in our heart which can make it more heavy, like any negative emotions, anything which doesn't make us feel good, okay, which doesn't make us feel joyful. So we should always with that consciousness, we were born with that consciousness of living a life of positivity, life of joy, faith, and living to our true intention. So I think today's reading was such a deep reminder to me that every human being is a god, basically, because we carry the same energy that we see outside us in the universe. So I think with so many awareness like this, we can always through these examples, we can always have that strong belief that we should perceive everything with love, joy, positivity, and we should always believe our intention, that okay, whatever we intend to do, that is the power of the universe, the power of the God, and we should always believe that. So with those feelings and emotions, I think we can always say that that is the what. See, our intention is basically, the God is working through us. That is the energy behind that. So when we believe in God, then we can believe everything. We can believe in our intention also. That okay, with that consciousness, if I'm willing to do something with love, enthusiasm, then I have the energy of the God with me. And what else there I have to doubt, right? If I can believe that I have the energy of the God, I have the energy of the universe, and if I'm keeping though I'm having that, if I follow my intention with those feelings of energy of the universe and unlimited supply, basically. So I have everything what I need to do, and I should just, without I should just follow my intention, and that's the way how I can live a life of purpose and my true purpose of life, and that is my true nature basically. So I think we should, with all these examples, we basically strengthen our consciousness on we are the power, we have the infinite energy, and we should just follow our intention and don't believe any symbols or any doubts or anything like that, because they are just creating they are creating doubts on our intention. So that's not the way to be. Just believe in yourself, that is we have the infinite energy, and our in every cell has infinite energy, and you know we should use that energy to use our intention, and just live a life of purpose, and with no full of love, purpose, and without any doubts basically. I think that was great deep reading today. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, very deep, in fact. Yeah. Pranavi or Pinaki, you would want to
Yeah,
talk, or you are going just to type, like just because you
I would.
mentioned that you are refraining
Yeah,
from talking. Yeah, Pranavi,
yeah.
you go on, go on.
It's just a wrap of 1 minute, I guess. So actually, he is telling. I mean, every mythology book or religion speak that you be with the god or be in union with it or whatever. But then here he's trying to direct us the steps to reach that particular love or the true authentic self, saying that about the three dreams. The first dream is you are being domesticated with so many belief systems around you. Second dream is, he says that that itself is not a dream, and then he'll enter into the second dream telling that you that whatever the thoughts you have been formed due to the environment or society should be broken, and you should be a warrior, and you should be skeptical about each and everything. So that is the way to tackle that belief system. So once if you're skeptical about everything, once you show the power of doubt, once you think about it, so every time you're if you're being aware of it, you can fight with that, you can become a warrior, and then you can decide what dream you can choose. And the third thing is beyond all this, he's telling that this dream, the third dream is nothing but it's just nothingness, it's just a wisdom, it's just the only you, and you are only. I mean, this word is also not supposed to be used. It is so subtle, actually. So he has shown a certain way to us, and also the way to handle it and reach that particular condition, the godly condition. And the last thing which I really liked is, end of the day, all these three worlds exist. Dream one, dream two, dream three. We are such a giant beings, having all these three things in our own selves. The only thing is the power of the choice which you are blessed with, where the non-living beings or the other human beings don't have the ability to think about the clarity between dream one, dream two, and dream three. You have a beautiful thing, that is, you can take the choice, you can use your willpower and intent to work on all these three dreams and get to the real being. So that's what I understood. Thank you all.
Yeah, very true. In fact, both of you shared so beautifully. Even there are the shares in the chat box by Pinaki, which are also very nice. So yeah, I agree with each of you. And in fact, I would like to add my perspective, like what I could connect with. I loved how the author has connected all the three worlds and helped us understand. Like the first world is the victim world, where we are in the lower spectrum, and when we have all these emotions like fear, guilt, and all of those, and we are not in control basically. Then the second world is the masters, where it's the head talk. It's a war between the warriors. That it's the sorry, the second is the warriors, where it's the war between with our two selves, right? Like the inner and the whatever, whatever is coming from the society, our beliefs. We are just challenging everything, and we are always living in that world. And very beautifully, he said that this is what the world is, and I really liked all of that part. And then the last one he says about the mastery, and which is about connecting to the soul and being under, and I really love that cat example about calling a dog, and when a cat will not be affected because it's just being there. And I also got reminded again of the Soul movie that we had watched. So again, and also that point where he shared that we are all light, and we are always attracted to light, and we come from light. So there was this very beautiful video shared by Deepa a few days back. I'll just try resharing it today in the group for a reminder. But it literally shows that when there was this survey done, like everyone, it was observed that actually there is a light entry in our body when a sperm enters a ovule or whatever. Like there is a spark of light that happens, and it's actually that, like what they say, that we are a reflection. We are all light. It's so true. It's actually now even scientists are trying to find the evidence of it. So it's already known in the spiritual world, in the spiritual realm, and all these spiritual things that we learn and understand. But now they're trying to get actual proof of it. So all of these was very, very beautiful. In fact, I loved how the author is finally connected with the soul and that being energy and accepting and all of that. So yeah, very, very wonderful. And I feel I would want to really go back and reflect and read it again, and maybe try to illustrate it in a very simpler form for better understanding. But yeah, very, very beautiful indeed. So yeah. I think, yeah, we are all done sharing. Others have already left. So, does anyone want to reshare something or add something more, or we can close the room? Um, Anything, yeah. We'll keep it short, whatever it is. Yeah, yeah. Manish, you want to add something?
Yeah, yeah. Just on the same alignment, Mansi. The thing is, like, see, maybe that the author is through these different intentions and three different he's just trying to explain that we can always shift our energy to anything that we want to focus on, basically. So you like the point here is that we have that energy inside us, through which we can use that energy in the favor of our intention, and manifest what we focus on, basically. And in that alignment, I strongly, what works for me, I just say that always feel in that desired state. Whenever we feel that, okay, I'm not feeling so good, or I'm getting out of my focus and things like that, I always put my energy on always feeling the desired state, like how what want you become and things like that. That way, you keep your energy, you keep your frequency on a higher note, basically. And you know that when you put your energy on a higher note in the desired state, right? So your frequency start just start begin matching to that desired state. Okay, that like how you want to live your life, basically. Okay, how you will behave when you become successful. So when we use that mental exercise on a regular basis, it really helps to shift our mental frequency to that desired state. And then it's just like also a mental muscle, right? So how you use your mental energy, that also makes lot of difference. So I always feel that I always focus on like like in the form of desired state. Okay, like what do you wish to become, what do you wish to achieve, basically. You start thinking in that state, then nothing will become so overwhelming for you, and everything else will become, that feeling of living the desired state, that basically overpower other barriers, like what I believe, what I have experienced, basically. So I do
Yeah,
my
yeah, very true. Like we when we feel happy, we are in that elevated state. All these good emotions or good feelings like peace, love, happiness, they keeps us in that elevated state that the author is calling light and heaven or whatever we can call it. And I love how he is given different examples of different religions or communities or cultures. They have different terms for it, but still they are the same. So yeah, very true. I really liked. Yeah, very true, Manish. Yeah, agree.
Yeah, one more thing, I was just sharing one experience from my friend, father-in-law, right? What he does is, he says that he does like 90 minutes to 2 hours of in the morning. He will do some puja, he will do some practices of gratitude, and something. So the point here is to, keep your vibration in your mental vibration at a higher state throughout the day. When you start with that, because it's just like, The author today said about connecting to spirituality, soul, and things like that. With those practices of this, the prayers, yoga, meditation, gratitude. So basically, you're strengthening your faith in that higher power of the universe. You know,
Yeah, very true. Very true.
just
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what they do, right? Like we have
Yeah.
all these rituals and everything. They are like designed, I feel, in a way to align ourselves with these higher energies or this, and they are there and we have been practicing it. So if we go into this deeper, these things of so many of our Indian rituals, we find there is so much deeper science into it. There's so many things attached to it, like just a small ritual like a morning this thing. Like gratitude is the highest state that keeps us into highest vibrational state. And there is this one ritual that normally, like I don't know, like old times, every pure, like all the people used to have their bath in the rivers and all of that. So they had this arghya, they call it, right? Like they put that water in the sun, and they just throw the water in the river again. They just took it in that pot, and then they pour it again, holding it on top of their head. That was one thing that was like a ritual that they did. So basically, there is the science behind it that is coming out, that all the water that just when the sun rise, and it's supposed to be done in the morning, very early morning. So when the sun rays enter that water that is flowing through from in front of a body, it's actually the rays entering through the water are actually like a pyramid. They are creating some radiations and things which are actually balancing all our chakras. So this is just one that I know, I've understood. There are many deeper understandings and effects of the mantras and all the stotras and everything that we recite, because they have this sound vibrations and they have healing effects. So there are many things that we are not even aware of, but they were designed from this perspective of keeping us on an elevated and a higher state and all of that. Like Pallavi is a yoga practitioner, so she knows better. Like even yoga, we should call it actually. So that is also one way, and there are so many things inside it that are like something that helps us with this alignment. So very true. Yeah,
Yes,
very true.
yes.
You want to add something, Pallavi?
Nothing, Mansi. It is like beyond the words. Like
Yeah.
it's a must
Yeah,
to,
actually, all of this is, yeah. I feel that sometimes our words dilute the essence, because
Yes,
it's some things are so experiential, and we need to just take them in and just dwell on it and try to assimilate as much as we can. It's like digesting that information. Sometimes when we are talking too much, even I have experienced that, then we just dilute that essence in the attempt of we're just expressing our beliefs about it, right? So that just dilutes that whole assimilation of the process, and then we are not able to introspect better and further. So that is
that
why
is
we
what
also decided to
spiritual
keep the
masters
discussion.
they really take a lot
They
of
don't talk.
pain.
Yeah, they don't talk at all. Like they
Yeah,
will practice silence. They'll take only
yes,
like speak only one word or the less. And that's also the truth of life. Like a person, as a person matures and grows and goes into that spiritual this thing and becomes more deeper and deeper, he starts talking less and less. He starts expressing. He don't that need to express is somewhere diminished. And then I have observed it with myself also. I used to talk a little more. Like even now, I talk a lot, but I wanted to talk so much, but then now as I'm growing and evolving, I feel the need has come down. Like so, yeah, it's very
yes,
true. We need to assimilate things. Yeah,
yeah,
very true. Very yeah. So yeah, thank you for such a wonderful discussion and such wonderful insights, everyone. See you all
yeah.
tomorrow, and this book we will be ending this week. I hope, I don't know, tomorrow is the last day of the week, so I don't know if we'll be finishing it tomorrow, but we hope so. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you all. You
Manishji.
all have a great day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you too,
thank
Mark.
you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, bye bye.
Bye.
Take care. Have
Bye
a
bye.
great day. Bye bye. See you all.
Yeah.
Bye.